Hello ladies and gentlemen, this is Blue Maxima and I better move that out of the way. This is Fate Extella Link, the English version, because I've already done a video on the Japanese version. Oddly enough, the copyright out here says Type Moon 2018, but when you actually get into the game, it says Type Moon 2019. No, I don't know why I felt the need to bring that up, I just thought that was interesting. So, let's go right into my game, shall we? I've given it about 3 hours, which is about as much time as a 40. Damn, another 6 there, that would have been really impressive. I've given this about 3 hours because I have played this game before. As I said, I have played the Japanese version, so it's basically the same as it was as I played it last time. And I didn't want to give it too much more time because at the time that I'm recording this, Sekiro: Shadows Die Twice will be out in about 12 hours, and I do not want to be in Fate Extella mode. No way, not a damn chance. So, let's just load up my game, shall we? This is far enough. I wouldn't go and record a video after like 30 minutes after not having seen the game. I've played a fair amount of the game, don't get me wrong. It's just, yeah. If you're wondering why I didn't give it like 5 or 6 this time, that's why. So we've got plenty of settings that we can go through here. I won't even go into the sub-menus because you can see them on the right there. And it's all pretty basic stuff. Except for input settings, of course, because, yep. I don't think you can... Oh yeah, there's a couple of these you can change, but not all of them. Fair enough. Audio settings. There's also visual settings that you can't see there. You can also change your name and your gender, which is kind of a nice thing to be able to change at this point. They make you set it at the beginning of the game, but they don't worry about it otherwise. And that's pretty much it. So let's just go and take a look around, shall we? We have the gallery, which contains information on everything in the game, from the servants to the background music to the terms being used. And while it's not the worst thing to get into if you have absolutely no idea about Fate, some of these things may be a little bit confusing if you don't have an idea already. Hey, there's Skatak. That's how you pronounce that. No, it's Skatash or something like that, isn't it? It's kind of silly. But yeah, you have plenty of servants to play around with. These are all playable characters. Best girl. So let's just go and hop into an actual mission, but you get the idea. Events, background music, glossary, mystic codes, and install skills. We'll get to them, but this is a long-ass game, and I'm going to have to talk over a speech scene because, goddamn, I remember the last time I tried this, it didn't actually let me put the video up on YouTube without immediately copyright striking it. So I'm going to have to talk for a little while, or at the very least cut this stuff out. So let me give you the idea of the story as I know it, as soon as I have the ability to hit automatic on the text string there. There we go. Let's just hit autoplay and hope for the best. I might have to turn the volume down a little bit as well. But basically, the idea is this. Humanity has been put into a virtual world, or at the very least some of them are chosen to, because the real world Earth has gone to hell. And the idea is that there was this previous war called the Holy Grail War, where the winner got a wish of their choosing. However, I believe this was the story of Fate Extella, and for whatever reason, they don't actually tell you what happened in that game, whether it be they just want to keep that game playable to people who go through and play Link or not, but I don't know. I'm just saying, that's the deal. So the thing is, some new opponent has shown up. He immediately has the ability to brainwash everybody, and you just kind of have to go and stop him. That seems to be the entire drill of the story so far. And it's pretty lightweight, actually. I'll give it credit for that. For a series that's known for being relatively convoluted, it does a decent job of at least keeping this relatively understandable. The majority of characters are historical heroes given new forms. So you've got Charlemagne there. Astolfo, I believe, is one. Nero Claudius is the red-dressed girl. There's a bunch of old heroes that have been either just gender-swapped or turned into badasses. That is a thing. That is a thing. Goddamn it, Japan. And the voice acting and, well, just general acting is actually pretty good. I've got no real problem with it. It doesn't It doesn't grate on the ears. It doesn't sound particularly off-putting. It's just, yeah, it's fine. It's good. Does well enough. The big crazy dudes sound like big crazy dudes. The cute women sound like cute women. That's pretty much how it goes. That includes Astolfo. No, I'm never going to live down the fact that I thought Astolfo was actually a chick. Let's move on, shall we? Now, this is the main area where you can wander around and talk to people, which is kind of a nice thing to be able to do. And we can wander into the two buildings on the left and front there. We're not going to do that though. We're just going to go straight for the strategy room, and we're going to go and hop straight into a battle once I make sure everything here is correct. So we're not going to play as Robin Hood. We are going to play as... We're going to play as Nero, because Nero is currently my highest... Well, not my highest level, but she's currently at a level that won't completely outrank this. And we can also pick two support troops, and their abilities will depend on how high their bond level is, which you do by either completing their side missions or by using them in battle a lot, including using things like lots of code classes, they call it something like that. We can also customize our servants, so we have active skills. Everyone has 7, but you can only take along 4, and they all do different things depending on their class. They all the people are different classes, which is... well, not all of them are different classes, but you get the idea. And you get install skills by playing the game, and you can install them, and they will do a certain set of things. So these blue ones here will give you defense, these yellow will give you support. But if you're like me, you're just going to stick a ton of reds on there, because the more of the same color that you have next to each other, the more powerful they will all get. So you can see that I have a ton of red ones here, so let's just give myself more power during Moon Drive, and that'll give me 29% up on every single effect that I've got equipped to Nero, which is very useful. You've also got costumes, but I've only got 1. And yeah, load bonus from previous titles. So if you've got Fate Extella system, that's a thing. We can level her up using money if one of our other characters is higher level, and we get a ton of money. Like, look, I've got 460,000 money, and next to nothing to spend it on, so that's fine. You've also got the servant gallery, which will show you their voices, their character viewer, and their profile, but nothing too out of the ordinary there. You also have mystic codes, and these are basically just consumables with extra skills that you can use, and you get them as a result of pulling off missions, which I will show off shortly. Side missions will increase your bond with these characters, which will unlock more of their slots for slotting in abilities. And you want to do as many of these as possible with characters that you get even the most remote feeling that you might need to use later. So we'll just get rid of one of these and give it to Ariana, or whatever his name is. He's Indian, so I probably can't pronounce his name anyway. And yeah, Elizabeth, because Elizabeth is actually kind of a shit character in this game, I gotta say. Have over 50% HP and take 3 sectors. That works. Right, I gotta hit start. Kind of annoying that you have to do that. Tutorials, but we don't care. Head into battle. I've never seen the recommended level be different depending on the difficulty. The loading times are fine. I don't really have a particular problem with them. Just gotta wait for it. The main thing is, once you have successfully loaded the level, you are in the level for the entire thing. There's no loads in between, so... There we go. Oh, we're going to have more talking, so I'm going to have to keep talking a bit more. I really do apologize for that, but seriously, the last time I tried this, even all my tricks to try and get audio through the... whatchamacallit. Even all my tricks to get audio through the... get audio through the YouTube censors just didn't work, so I really do have to talk over the top of them, which is a shame, because they have some decent voice acting talent going on here, and I don't like the idea of having to talk over them to keep myself from getting a copyright strike, but that's a thing. You know, I'm just going to hit start twice and skip. There's going to be more voice acting going on, but thankfully it should be alright to just, like, play out, because there'll be lots of other shit going on in the background as well. So, here we are! And immediately we get a cutscene with a bloody gigantic building taking a shot at me? Yeah, giant building taking a shot at me. We need to take that thing out, apparently. That's some fantastic booty, very chesty. So, this, if you've never played Fate or Fate Extella, I should say, because the original Fate was a visual novel, but nevertheless, Fate Extella is Dynasty Warriors. Like, I hate to call it like Dynasty Warriors. It has some differences, but if you've ever played Dynasty Warriors before, you know exactly what you're getting into with this one. So the main differences are, instead of pressing circle to activate like a Musu attack, you actually have a dodge button. So the game is actually pretty high speed. So that's nice. It's actually got that going for it. I do enjoy a much faster Dynasty Warriors style game than most people do. So instead of Musu attacks, you have a bunch of active skills, and these active skills are accessed by holding the R button and pressing the face buttons. And these can do anything from just basic attacks to applying, whatchamacallit. These can do basic attacks to applying effects to just doing things like just forcing people to hold still. I've mostly been using just full-on attacks for all of mine, so whatever. Okay, the cannon is fired and the Master is taking damage, which means I'm going to have to move like the wind. Because if the Master ends up losing all his health, that means we're done. Thankfully, I can just wander on over here and I shouldn't run into too much trouble. Just need to get through the door first, but it's blocked off, great. And that would be why, because there's a gatekeeper. So yeah, you've got your 4 active skills. These are pretty high damage attacks, and they regenerate very quickly. Like, as you can see, I literally just got it back, so you can use your active skills as much as you please. They are not limited in any way, they just need to recharge, which is a really nice thing because, goddamn, it's nice to have a lot of abilities just on hand, ready to use at pretty much every time. And everyone's active skills are different. And sometimes they become useful with each other. Like, for example, why are you still here? I beat the crap out of you in the last mission. As I was saying, I completely lost my train of thought. Holy crap, that's bad. Right, we're just going to keep beating the shit out of Stolfo until I remember. I will never forgive you for pretending to be shit. Yeah, it's nice being able to have a lot of attacks just ready to go straight away, and everyone's active skills are very different. There are attacks that are basic, and there are also attacks that chain really well with each other. So, for example, with Robin, I think he's supposed to be Robin Hood, but he says that he's not. So, you know, maybe I'll take his word for it. But, as I was saying, he has an attack that will poison people, and then he has an attack that will do bonus damage to already poisoned people. There are little combinations like that which are really useful. Where the fuck do you think you're going? Good night. You have the ability to block with the L button, and you also have the Moon Drive bar, which is the blue bar down the bottom. If it fills up and you tap the bottom left corner of the screen, you become more powerful for a while, you take less damage, and if you tap it again, you will do I think they call it it's a something drive attack. I can't remember exactly what it's called because they have weird names for everything in this game. But yeah, you do a really powerful attack. You've also got that gold meter on the left side of the screen there. That's your Noble Phantasm attack, which is the most powerful attack you have. And when you use that, you basically kill almost everything within a radius of your character. So you just become incredibly powerful for a small amount of time and just do one big attack. And it stings. Oh god, another cannon building? Oh god, it's all the way out there. How are we going to get there? Get him close to the cannon. Okay. I'll do that once I'm finished here. These containers here are actually kind of strange. They require you to kill dudes within this little circle here, and once you do, you can get that container. There are also other containers around that contain things like health pickups, noble fantasy pickups, all that sort of junk. Come on, just hurry up and thank you. Right, I'll be taking all those install skills, which I will explain later. Alright, who are we escorting? Where is he? He's down there in the middle. So let's leave the sector. Alright, so I think I've gone over all the different kinds of attacks we've got. You do also have the codes, which, as I said before, are basically just consumables that you can pull out at any time during a fight. I'm going to pull out every one that I've got right now and just try and beat the crap out of Gills the Rays. Clear the mission with the Master retaining half or more HP. Wonderful! That sounds like a great mission. Oh yeah, you can lock on by tapping in the bottom right corner of the screen. You can only lock on to big enemies, ones that have health bars above their heads. You get the general idea. There is also some benefit to learning your particular skills. By holding the R button, you can see that I've got a little sword on the square and the circle ones there. And these are my these are my class skills, I should say, not my special skills. And your class skills actually let you do those rush attacks where the enemy just stops in the middle of the air and you can just beat the ever-loving shit out of them. Yeah, you can do that if you do a bunch of damage to the enemy and then pull one of those off and hit. Very useful for getting a bunch of extra damage in. Your teammates can also join in. Stuff like that. So the objectives change from time to time, but the majority of the gameplay that you'll be doing is wandering around and capturing areas. And capturing areas is very simple. What you do is you go to an area, and once you're there, enemies will appear. If the rank is 0, which means there is nobody in the area, if the rank is 0, which means there's nobody in the area, you will be able to go through and immediately wipe out all of the aggressors that are located in the area. They may also be joined by a plant, which is basically just an enemy spawner. If you manage to successfully take them all out, congratulations, you'll have captured the area for yourself. Let's do a noble phantasm just while I'm talking. Yep, they're in range despite the fact they're behind a wall, so when I beat the ever-loving crap out of everything within range, it should take down the gate for me. Indeed, lucky me. Unfortunately, this also means I won't be able to get that special thing there because I won't be able to get that special container because when you take over an area, all the enemies immediately disappear. Damn, he's down below half health. I'm not finishing that mission, am I? If you have more than one area next to each other, which is controlled by the enemy, their sector rank will be higher, which means that in the case of sector rank 1, you will need to take out a fair few garbage enemies before you can effectively take out the entirety of the before you can take before the aggressors spawn, you can take them out and capture the area. There is also Sector Rank 2, which just makes everyone even more powerful. Sector Rank 1 does give everyone a bit of extra damage, but Sector Rank 2 basically makes it so that everyone's unbeatable. So you do need to more or less take them down in a relatively sensible order. Don't just try and go straight for the enemy HQ. There isn't even technically an enemy HQ. Or if there is, it'll be blocked off by gates before, and they won't actually let you win until you finish all the other objectives. Which is entirely fair. Okay, I've escorted him to the cannon. He will now show me the power of Shiva. Oh, this is probably his Noble Phantasm attack. That's pretty cool, actually. All of these do look particularly cool. Sure, they're getting a bit, what's the word for it? It's a Japanese word or something. It's what Okabe is referred to as in Steins Gate, but for the life of me, I can't remember the name of the word now. It's not Hikomori. But yeah, he is blowing the shit out of them, and that V-Sync tearing is the game, not my recording kit. The performance of this game has, well, it's never been particularly great, but at the same time, it remains absolutely playable. There is nothing wrong with the frame rate that the game runs at, and it very rarely gets to areas which I would consider questionable. Very rarely. There are some other Battlefield things you have to deal with, like sometimes you will run into these like gold falcon things that you can attack for tons of money, but you get so much money off the game anyway, it's just kind of retarded. Oh god, he's attacking everything. That's not great. Right, I better turn around and go back and beat the ever-loving bejesus out of everyone who just spawned, because if I don't, I'm going to be in trouble. I'm just going to take these two out immediately. I'm not even going to waste time. Okay, those two are down. Did I unlock this? Sure did. That's going to give them all to me, and apparently I've been told to rock on by Charlemagne, which is kind of funny because I'm kind of reminded of what's his face's hard metal album. Damn it, Saruman in Lord of the Rings. Christopher Lee, that's it, his heavy metal album. That was titled Charlemagne, which is kind of funny connection to make, but whatever. But anyway, back onto what I was saying. This is not the best performing game. Admittedly, it doesn't ever really hold stronger than, say, 25 frames a second most of the time. With that said, though, it still does pretty well for itself, all things considered. It runs at a pretty crisp frame rate, even when there's like 5 or 6 major combatants on the screen, and everyone is just swarming around and trying to take shots at each other with the biggest, flashiest effects they have. And the game still looks good. Like, it's probably a little bit more noticeable that the game doesn't run at the same resolution that the Vita is running at, so everything looks a little bit blurrier than it should. But, oh god, he's under attack again. But when you're playing this on a Vita OLED, which is what I've been playing it on, you don't have a problem with it. It looks great. Absolutely shines. It's funny how they don't call them FAC, because they're facsimiles, they're copies, clones. So it's kind of weird that they call them faxes, as in FAX, as in like the old tool people would use to send paper documents to each other, but whatever. But yeah, game runs fine, for the most part. I've very rarely seen it get below a certain point in performance, and it never truly becomes unplayable, at least from what I've been playing. So, you know, good job to them on that one. Let's pull out the Let's play the link. Yeah, and you can see my defensive support coming in and automatically blocking that attack for me because I've got my bond level with them high enough. How am I doing on the side missions, by the way? All completed. Wonderful. Just making sure to make sure that I don't look like a complete and utter incompetent tosspot. Yeah, honestly, the game works really well. I enjoy it quite a bit. It's a really enjoyable Dynasty Warriors style game. There is a fair bit of character variety going on. If you want to see my Japanese video on Fate Extella link, I actually show off a couple of other characters. Come on. Come on, you can die, can't you? Yes. Good, because I need to get to my damn cannon. I need to get to my damn cannon before I take it over. Oh great, it's a Stolfo again. How many times do I have to deal with a Stolfo? I feel like the game's just being cruel and unusual to me at this point, I've got to say. The hell is that noise? That probably came through on the mic. Sounded like a drill. Alright, come here. Yeah, the game's bright and flashy, and the combat itself does hold up to that. It's not lightweight. There are things like, you know, going into an attack chain while your opponent's revving up for an attack that will get you into trouble. But I will admit that the game has become surprisingly easy, and I'm actually almost surprised at how easy it is, because the game has rankings, and these rankings are very simple to understand. How fast you complete a level, how many dudes you kill, how many seconds you hold, and I believe there's a fourth one that I'll be damned if I can remember, a fourth stat that they track. And getting all of them above a certain point earns you an A, but getting all of them above a certain point earns you an EX rank, which is the highest level rank, and it also gets you a slightly better disposable thing, which for the life of me I do not remember the name of. Mystic Code, that's the name of it. Okay, we took down the cannon, and now I just need to finish all these guys off so that we can control the board before the next set of objectives comes in, because I can still attack people, which means there's still stuff going to happen. Indeed, we have a Lancer class. It's Kana, apparently. Oh, hang on. Special crate, Noble Phantasm maxed out, which means I basically just get a free massive damage boost. Wait, where's the exit? Should be right here. Where is it? Oh, I just looked up near her skirt. I'm sorry. To be fair, she doesn't exactly give you much of a choice if you're trying to madly dash anywhere, but still. But yeah, as I was saying, the game gives you an EX rank if you do really well in every sector. Now, I've been playing on hard difficulty. I don't know what convinced me to put the game on hard difficulty, but that's what I've been doing. There is also apparently a fourth unlockable difficulty, at least for the main story missions, called Extra. And I have gotten an EX rank on every mission I've played since I started the game. I'm not going to claim to know how the fuck I did it, because as we all know, I'm shit at video games. Whoops. So, I honestly have no idea what I did. I'm just going to skip this because you've already seen it. Yep, just a free massive amount of damage, and now all of my team's here, so I should be able to get a few good links and attacks in. If I'm not getting my ass knocked over. Ow, ow, stop it. Cut it out. Come here. Game's definitely showing a little bit of that performance struggling now. Drive skill. That ought to do some damage. Yep, knocking flat on his ass. There we go, that's what I was waiting for. And now me, Robin, and Arjuna just beat the ever-loving stuffing out of him. And now I'm going to go into drive mode and beat the crap out of him some more. And do another drive attack to finish off the fight. Fantastic look at Nero's assets there. I didn't even do that camera angle on purpose. That's just how it came up. Easy done. And look, I did all the X's again. I swear to God, I'm not even trying. Like, why? Okay. We got a bunch of install skills. We got one for downing every aggressor, well, most aggressors anyway, and enemies. Oh, max combo, that explains it. Yeah. And we also got, like, 8 for getting those weird little things that you have to kill dudes around. And ones that you already own are upgraded. You also need them to build certain mystic codes. But yes, my bond levels with all of these characters are all going up, which means they're all more useful if I ever decide to use them in battle. So to save you from story spoilers, because I'm actually relatively deep into the story at this point, although I'm not at the end, there is about 20-something stages. There's like 28 stages or something. We'll know in a second, trust me on this. There is like 28 stages in the story mode, although you can only do a specific amount as you go on. So it goes further than that. It goes up to like stage 28. And there are some that you have to do, and I've only done a few stages here. Like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, yeah, 7 stages. So yeah, you have to do them in a specific order. But we're going to back out to the main menu here, because we're also going to go and check out some extra battles. Extra battles are just... This is the secondary mode. This is just a series of secondary fights that you can do. And they are just like little bonus missions that you can do. They'll let you continue the game afterwards. So if you clear stages 18 and 19, you get some of them. Stage 23, 26. And then the rest unlock at stage 27. And you need to be extremely high level in order to actually beat them. But, oh well, not that big a deal. So let's just go back up. We're going to pick the Astolfo incident. Because I can't seem to get away from her. Him. Damn it. But yes, you get another... This is a, what do you call it? These are, I think these are part of the same story. You can also come here and replay certain story missions at higher levels. But I haven't actually shown off the rest of this area yet, so let's do a bit of a walk around and just have a look at everything. So we can actually talk to people. Yeah, he has a side mission for me. Have over 50% HP and successfully take over 3 sexters. I don't know what sexters are, but they sound hot. And this is Astolfo. So you got Thideology, and then there's Fangdeology, I suppose? Alright, but anyway. If we enter my room, we can converse with our currently selected servant. So yeah, that's pretty much all you get in the way of conversations with them. You can just talk to them for a bit. Is your face more exciting when seen from the right? That's a bizarre concept. I wonder what that's about. It's probably an in-joke. You can also come in to customize your servants, as I showed off before. We're actually going to pick a different servant for this mission, because I think we can take along anybody we like. And that might include... You know what? Fuck it. Why not? He's not going to be as powerful, but I'll level him up to maximum to compensate, because I won't be able to change his active skills except for the 3 that he already has, and I won't be able to install all my skills, but I can absolutely... Oh, adds archer class, okay. No, we're just going to go back to our attack skills. We're going to, active skills, attack range, and we're also going to do increase attack power for normal attacks. Perfect. So as you can see, I've got less slots open because his bond level is a lot lower. And we'll use the money's power system to level him up as far as he will go. And that will actually get him his other attack skills. Cool. I'm actually going to go and apply a couple of those just so we're not... Okay, we'll do Insanity. Long range attack skill, I'll appreciate that. Close range, sure. And Dance in the Dunes. Run in wildly while swinging both war axes. Okay, that works. Sure. So we can equip our Mystic Code here as well, but we can also go to our Item Italia. And this will let us actually create Mystic Codes. And I've got a fair few here. You unlock one at the end of every mission, but you also have the ability to unlock a slightly better one if you finish the mission at the EX rank. So as you can see here, you've got the Gale Sword of War, but then you've also got the Gale Sword of War that's slightly better, that has one more of each collectible. I barely even used them in the last mission, so it's not like I really need to swap. You do also get some extra install skills, so it'll do what they say on the tin there. You can also take items apart to get some money for them, but again, I've got 500k, I don't need any more money. There is also apparently skill synthesis, but I don't know what that is. They'll probably tell me that when I actually unlock it. So yeah, now we've got this big guy following us around. What do you think when you look at him, Nero? Okay. The guy that she tells you not to worry about, you. To bring up a dead meme. We can also change our viewpoint, although I'm not entirely sure why you would want to here. It seems unnecessary. Also, look at Tamano over there. Just thought that was worth pointing out. So if we go to our barracks, which is the other building, thankfully you can also access it all through the start menu, you can have a look at all your people here. When you bond with them to a certain point, you get a certain skill. Sometimes you'll get extra costumes, stuff like that. You can also talk to them, of course. Nameless is quite smart. That's pretty much it, more or less. There's not really much else to it. If we go into this building over here, it's the same as going to the mission preparation screen. Also, apparently I can have Darius both as a side mission and as the main character. Right, so let's customize our servant. Do we need to do anything else with him? I don't think we do. No, we don't. What's our side missions looking like? Have over 50% HP, cool. Defeat 80 enemies within 180 seconds, easy. Take over 5 sectors, secure 3 sectors, secure 3 sectors. Interesting. And there's also successfully take over 5, whatever. Yeah, whatever, that works. You can also register bonds so that if you want to be more familiar with certain characters, their side missions will automatically be prioritized, so you can just jump straight in. But nevertheless, we're just going to head into battle as this gigantic dude. EX missions are slightly different from story missions. They actually have a different set of challenge missions. Challenge missions, you saw one back in the story mission, but in the challenge mission, it's a little bit different. They actually come in continually. You'll start with one immediately, and you will continue getting them throughout the mission. But that's pretty much the only difference. Oh, hang on, we have some problems back. Oh, Charlemagne and Astolfo are losing to Lubu. That's not a good sign. Yeah, that's Lubu, alright. Been fighting for 6 hours long? Jeez. Okay, now that will increase the... Holy Jesus, this guy's massive. Take over 3 sectors in 420 seconds. That's 7 minutes. You know, they made that sound hard. It's probably not. Okay, Lubu ran away. Don't tell me to not pursue him. Alright, come here. Come here, you need to learn how to die. Escort the allied servants to the withdrawal point. Where's the withdrawal point? It's up there, apparently. Who's this? It is Nameless. He is an archer class. Oh, he's up there. Right, I'm gonna have to go up there anyway, so... Hi! Buddy, I'm pretty sure it's the end for you. Look at me, look at me. Look at me! I am unstoppable. Astolfo gives no fucks. Take over complete. Oh, they're all the way over there. What are they doing over there? Okay. Right, that's 1 point. Okay, I need to help clear out this other one. Charlemagne has come to a halt. Who are we fighting here? Oh, it's this guy again. Kana. All the characters are very different in the way they fight. Some of them suck. Some of them don't. That's pretty much how things go in these sorts of games. But again, due to all of their active skills being significantly different, it does make all the characters different enough so that they don't feel like out-and-out clones of each other, although everyone does have some ridiculous speed on them. So you do have to just kind of be wary of that. Everyone's going to feel sort of the same, but there's enough difference in the way they fight to still maintain interest in them. Don't we beat the crap out of them. Thank you, and good night. Attack speed up, attack speed up. Alright, I can take the quick bite back around. Oh dear. The facsimile Lancelot has kidnapped Astolfo and run the fuck away. Okay, sure. And now he's disguised as one. Let me guess. I'm gonna have to go find him. I had to do this already. Yep. Do you really think you stand a chance against me? Me? Like any other servant, I'd understand, but look at you. Look at you. You're basically... Okay, that definitely wasn't Lancelot, so I guess we head south. Oh. One is heading to the escape point? That's not great. Oh, I think I found the right Lancelot. This is not Lancelot. Fuck. Alright, gotta go for, okay, this one here in the corner. Okay, you the Lancelot I'm looking for. Chances are he's not, but... This is not, right. Of course it's the very last one. I mean, when would it ever be anything else? Also, I'm going to drive skill here just so I can get that mission done, which I have. And, right, you still need to die as well. There we go. Now I need to rush attack 2 times, which is a little bit of a pain in the neck. Because I currently don't have any big dudes to help me with that, but to be fair, I am about to. Oh, they've taken one of my sectors. Bollocks. Right, you have to be the proper Lancelot. There's no more of you left. Thankfully, I managed to stop him from getting to the escape point by getting close. This is indeed the facsimile that we have been looking for. And let's just do our noble phantasm attack and blow him away. Brave Lord Nito? He has returned to the battlefield, yes, I know. Alright, I just cleaned out this area, so we move on, I guess. I don't have an objective yet, so I might as well just move on and beat the crap out of these dudes. Yep, Astolfo has run away. I'll take those install skills, please, and thank you. Shadow Archer is down. Where's the plant? There's the plant, and there goes the plant. Yeah, I should probably go up and help Charlemagne, because he is running a little bit low on abilities. Do you really think you're going to get out of this, Lubu? I don't think you are. Alright, now down south to get the other sectors while I have the chance before they pop in another wave of enemies around the place. Bless me. Oh, you've come to join us. Rider, huh? There's a pun I could make, but I'm not going to. I am beyond that. Yep, just wipe the floor with literally everybody in existence. Not a problem. Not an issue. I guess we can just bonk our way over here. Skip the intro. Where is she? There you are. And losing a bunch of its frame rate again. Alright, so that was the rush attack. What do they want me to do next? Mission start. Use 4 code casts. Done. Yes, really. It's a little bit bizarre that it's that simple of a mission, but then again, get an 80 hit combo. Easy enough. Done. Alright, now what do you want me to do? Mission start. Use 4 code casts. You're done. Take over 3 sectors. Yeah, we're not getting this done. Noble Phantasm. And we'll just skip it, because we've already seen it. Once the game lets me skip it. Dead! All EXs again. Why am I not surprised? This has happened literally every other time. New install skills. Pretty sure I got every side mission, but... well, it's nice to have confirmation. And I get a bunch of these as well. And apparently I got a free costume for Astolfo, because that is a thing. Cool. So that was a look at Fate Extella Link, or at least the English version of it, which doesn't seem to have had many changes made from the Japanese version. It's still a fun hack and slasher. The performance hasn't gotten any better or worse. while I find it to be completely acceptable, some people might not agree. It looks good, sounds good, and is lots of fun to play. So I've heard some people don't like the relationships in this game, mainly the fact that they're very limited, and the fact that you basically just talk to them, but the upgrade systems are satisfying. It is a game that does require at least some strategy. It's not completely brain dead, so, you know, a hack and slash that has at least a little bit of depth, but not too much, is usually a good thing, and this game definitely has enough depth to get by without being too annoying, and I like it. So yeah, if you haven't got it and you like these sorts of games, I fully recommend you do go buy it. It is well worth the time. 56 minutes. This has been Boy Maxima, and I will see you all next time.